Well, good morning, everybody. Well, technically it's 11:59 yet, but that doesn't matter. So the reason I'm doing this stream is one: if you ever decide to invest in stocks or in a certain bonds or anything, be very careful what you invest your money in. Don't be so hasty when you make the investment decisions because sometimes things will flop on you. And I just happened to invest in. I'm not going to name what stock it was or what market it was from, but I kind of thought it was going to succeed, but it went down, so the money I invested in it dried up. So if you're going to invest money in a stock market or anything, do your research, check into a few things, watch it, and if you sense that it's gonna, or if you know that it's gonna collapse financially, pull your money out. And basically, it's a good experience to get into it, but yet it's a 50-50 chance that it could succeed or flop. And this one I've stuck some money into kind of flopped on me. So some of the projects I had planned for around here, I kind of had to put on hold because now that lawn cutting came to an end for the season, now I'm in between. I'm kind of in limbo right now as I haven't had as much work because of the elections, and everybody's kind of everybody's kind of pending on spending any money because they don't know if things are going to go right or they're going to go leftist north, as they call it. So I understand people's point of view on saving money. And there's even some equipment that I bought that I invested some money in thinking that I could make a few bucks on. But to my unexpected expense, the motherboards had a few glitches on them. So, these are my advice to you is don't buy HPs at this point in time. I would stick with Dells and Lenovo PCs, Acer, Asus. Um, that's as far as I know is decent for now. I don't know. HP has just kind of gone down tubes. A lot of faulty motherboards. So that's not the whole main point of this video. And even the financial thing is just use common sense when investing in stocks and bonds. And some companies, if you're fortunate enough that you have 401k options you can invest in, you got different stock options. You got investment firms like Northwest Mutual if you're from around Wisconsin. You got Edwards Jones. Uh, some of your banks even offer different investment options or CDs or I would have to say probably one of the best stocks right now to buy a share in would be like uh well, for instance, like AT&T, Verizon, uh Spectrum. A lot of the tech companies are good for right now. The auto manufacturers, I wouldn't I wouldn't waste a dime on because that could go either way. Because sometimes their cars that they roll out off the lot don't have that good reputation, and so it's and even software is not really a good one because software company could flop at any time, or any of those small fly-by-night companies that like storage drives online and stuff like that. Problem is, once those places go out of business, that's it. It's you cut your losses and you move on. So enough about that. We're finally gonna get around to doing an overview of an Asus, or no, I'm sorry, I mean Acer. This is I believe it's LCD LED technology. It's from the year 2014. This is not a residential monitor. This is a kind of monitor you'd find like in a hospital or an office type setting, or school or church, or it's more basic. This monitor does feature VGA and DVI inputs. So let me get some stuff moved around here a little bit. So, as most of you know around here, I don't do scripted videos. I don't actually have things planned ahead. So we're doing that. Look at the model number here. Acer. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a 2015 model. That was 2014, but it's 2015. And you can actually still buy this monitor off of the Acer website. And it's around. So this is. Let me open a different. So this is currently what the monitor looks like. It's very plain, very simple. There's not a lot of thrills with it. It's very practical, and it's LED backlit display with a liquid crystal. And this has been a fairly reliable monitor. And what I really like about it is it's not that big. It's only 4.3 pan display, but you have two different inputs onto this monitor. So, and the color, you got different buttons here. You got your Acer auto config, and you got your display enhancements. So this is on movie right now. You can put it on. So if you were watching a movie or something, let's try it again. You got graphical mode. You got standard, eco, user. We'll put it back on movie because that's kind of what I'm using it as right now. So here you got different settings. You can make the picture go one way up or around, or you can stretch it out, or you can thin it out. You can change the clock rate of it. You can change the focus rate. But we're not going to do that. The only thing we're going to do, oops. So here you can change the different color. I kind of like the warm. You got user, cool. So this just kind of tells you the basic information of like what mode you're using on, what the serial number, the hertz and the vertical, and the resolution information. Sorry about this, folks. So here you can do different settings. You can change these settings here don't really apply to what applications I'm doing, so it doesn't really matter. So this you can actually program how long you want this message to stay on the screen. So this pretty much. So you also got volume control in here. That's kind of interesting. So you can change it from VGA. I put it on auto because, for one, so if you're switching from one thing to the next, you don't have to worry about changing. So we're gonna go to the website. So this is the same exact monitor, 17-inch LED LCD. You can buy this one for $119 brand new, and I have to say the price is reasonably fair. The monitor has quality to it. It's not a chintzy monitor. It's actually better than some of the ViewSonics that I've used over time, or some of the HP ones aren't the greatest. But this one, I really don't have any complaints over it. So, for instance, you just get a dang tripod in here. So as far as like using it in an office setting, it's easy enough to see, and it doesn't give you a headache looking at it. So, and this is what the backside looks like. I should have cleaned it up a little bit better before, but say power goes here. You have trying to see where. This one also has a Kensington lock on here, so you could lock your monitor down. So you got people that you didn't trust. So this one also features the clip on the back, so you can organize your cables. And you also have the easy option of removing the stand from here, because you also got 4 screws in the back. So if you have like a specialty stand, like at a workstation or something, or at a counter or something, or on the wall, you could easily mount this to the wall with no problems. So the only thing I have not tested on here is game playing on this monitor. Not on VGA anyway, but I did it on digital video. And for only being a 1280 by 1024 resolution monitor with a contrast ratio of 5 ms response time and integrated speakers, well, this one actually doesn't have appear to have it. I tested Farming Simulator 2019 on here, and even at the highest setting that the game would go, this monitor really didn't look that bad, other than it had the black bars on the bottom. But that's what you get for using a 4.3 pan display monitor in this day and age with a lot of stuff. But as far as basic use, and even for watching TV shows and stuff on here, would this be perfect for 4K stuff? No, it was never intended for that kind of application, or 8K, or but even if the 1080 pixel content is actually decent enough on here, and it doesn't blur up too badly either. So, and the backlight on here is fairly decent for being a 5-year-old monitor. It's not bad. So I'm surprised that Windows 10 actually works as well as it does on here. But would I recommend this? Period. Yes, I know the price is probably more than a person would want to spend, but problem is when you're buying used ones off eBay and that, you don't know what you're getting. Sometimes you're just better off a brand new. And even the school I went to had monitors similar to this, not the same model, but they had. I might even be able to find it. They had like three different model ones. They had okay. Well, that part of it's not important. I usually, and how I came across this monitor was it was at a yard sale. A little bunch of other computer stuff, and for a buck, you couldn't go wrong. They had other monitors there, but they're all beat up, and the screens had cracks on. But this one was immaculate. And I was thinking, for $1, you can't let it go for $1. So I bought it for $1. And it's basically the lady that was selling all that stuff. She didn't know what she had. She just figured it was all a bunch of garbage. And the nice thing to do, it could have been, is to tell her that the stuff was worth 100 times more than what she was charging. But I thought, nah, I don't want to pay 50 to $100 for a monitor that was. I think when I bought it was back in like 2017 or 2018 when I found that one. I can't remember, but is it worth $1 I spent on it? Oh yeah, I use this thing all the time. Even for a while, I was using it as for running my security cameras, and even that worked well for that. Running 20, and even for a few months, I think close to a year, I ran this monitor 24/7, and it has not let me down once. So I I really have no complaints about this product and the quality craftsmanship that went into building this product. And I think that it'll last probably at least maybe 10, 20 years yet. That'd be kind of nice. So, I'll get back to the other window here. So, thank you for tuning in, and God bless everybody. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed this little stream for tonight or this morning. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon.